Hello everyone. Today let us discuss what exactly is network programs and how we are implementing the network programs using the Python programming language. So what exactly is the network program and how these network programs are interrelated with each other and how we can implement using the Python programming language. So before discussing in detail, we know exactly what exactly is the web browsers and how to retrieve the web pages using the HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So in this chapter, we'll be linking this network programs with web browser as well as the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, so we can also read through the web page data and then we can pass it. How we can make it using the uh, Python programming language. So initially, basically we say a network means it is a connection of the things. That means it may be a devices or anything. So we can say network programs means a programs can be connected with each other or interrelated with each other. So that is exactly the meaning of the network program. So the first for topic what we are going to discuss in this network program is we should know what exactly is the hypertext transfer protocol. In general, when you consider any network protocol, it has the power that web is actually it is very quite simple, and there is a built-in support function called or is a Python support function that is called socket. Okay, so that is why I say a network protocol, it powers the web, which is actually very simple, and there is a built-in support in the Python that is called as socket. Okay, so in general, a socket is nothing but, in simple words we can say, it is also related to a file. Okay, so we know a file is intended for storing some information in it. In the same way, socket is also used for storing some information. Okay, so we can say a socket makes very simple or easy to make any network connections and retrieve the data over those sockets in the Python program. Okay, so in general we say a software socket is similar or much like a file, except that a single socket provides a two-way connection between the two programs. Okay, there is an exception, that is a single socket can provide only a two-way connection between the two programs. Okay, that is one-to-one connections. So it can connections can be provided using that single socket. Okay, so what we can do that connection, what is that connection, what is the two-way connection means, you can both read from and write the data to the same socket. Okay, that is the meaning of two-way connection. So for example, if you write something to a socket, it is sent to the application at the other end of this socket. Okay, there in turn will be an application and you will be writing something and that will be sent to that other end of that particular socket. In the similar way, if you read from the socket, you are given a data which the other application has to be sent. Okay, so either way we'll be having two-way connections. So that is why we say it will be having a single socket will be having a two-way connections between the program. Similarly, in turn, if you try to read a socket when the program on the other end of the socket has not sent any data. For example, we have a socket and you're trying to read a socket when the program on the other end of the socket has not sent any data. If any data has not been sent, and what we should do, you will be just sitting and waiting for information to be collected. That is what happens here. Okay, so what happens is, if the program on both the ends of this socket, I've told you, if you're not transferring any data to it, then we have to just wait. In the similar way, if the programs on the ends of both the ends of the socket simply wait for some data without sending anything, what they will do, they will wait for the very long time. So an important part of the programs that communicate over the internet is have to some sort of the protocol. That means it has to follow some set of the rules. Okay, so in general we know a protocol, in simple terms we can say it is set of the rules. Okay, so in general, in more precise, we can say a protocol is a set of the precise rules that determine who is to go first. I mean, in terms of the hypertext transfer protocol, we say it is a set of the precise rule. That means specific rules that determine who is to go first, what they are to do. That means what data has to go first and what they have to do, and then what the responses are to that messages. That means what responses we should get and who sends next data, and then so on. Okay, that means a protocol will be specifying the some rules. According to that rules we have to go through or send the data and then read that particular data. Okay, so for example, if you want to request a document from the web server, what we do, we make a connection to a particular web server. Say I have a web server, look here, we can see World Wide Web www.pr4e.org server on the port 80. On the port 80 server, if you want to request a document from that particular web server. So my web server is www.pr4e.org. On that particular port 80, and then send a line of the form. How we can do? We will be writing get HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. This is the web server, and then that particular web page what we are requesting. Okay, so that is why we can say the second parameter is the web page we are requesting, and then also send a blank line. Okay, so that is what how we can request a document from the web server. Okay, so that is all about the hypertext transfer protocol. Now the next topic is we'll discuss about one example which is the simplest web browser. Okay, so that is the world's simplest web browser. Okay, so in general we can say it is easier to show how the HTTP protocol works is to write a very simple Python program that makes a connection to a web browser. Okay, we will consider one simple program that will make a connection to the web server. Okay, what it has to do, it has to follow some set of the protocol, that is it follows the rules of HTTP protocols to request a document and display what the server send back. Okay, so what it does initially, it will connect to that particular web server on the port 80. Okay, so that step is mentioned here. You can see first the program makes a connection to the port 80 on the server www.py4e.com. okay, so since our program is playing the role of web browser, the HTTP protocol says we must send the get command followed by the blank line. You can see here we are using the get command followed by the blank line, and then you are writing the web server, and whatever the web page you want to read through, that information has to be done. And this is /r/n/r, it means it is equal to or equivalent to blank line. So you can see /r/n signifies the end of the line. Okay, so similarly /r/n/n signifies nothing between two end of the line, that means blank. So that is why we can say this is equivalent to a blank line. You can see here. Okay, so what happens once we send the blank line, we write a loop that receives the data in 512 character chunks. Okay, one we want to receive after once we have gone to the connect to the particular page or the web page. Now we want to receive the data using the 512 character chunks. That means 512 characters chunk has to be received. Okay, then you have to find out the length of that particular data. If it is less than, then we print data.decode. okay, it should decode that particular line. Okay, and then what happens here, character runs from the socket and then prints the data out until there is no more data to read. Okay, so 512 characters it will be reading, so it prints the line until no more data has been present to read or written. Okay, so that is the meaning of this one. And then at the end of the program you have to close. Once you have find the 512 character chunks, then or the data has been done and no more data is there to read, then we are going to close that socket. Okay, so that is the meaning of this particular. Okay, so when you print that particular program, what should be the output? So it is giving you HTTP 1 has 200 characters and it is displaying okay, and it is displaying the data server, and then what is what kind of the platform you are using here. Okay, so that is what it displays here. Okay, so we have specified 215 characters, 512 character chunks. The same characters has been displayed here. Okay, so it is also displaying what type of the content and connection, and then when it is expiring. Okay, and then what about the cache control, then e tag. So whatever the information it is there in the particular web page, all the data will be displayed in that particular displayed as the written value. Okay, so this example shows how to make a low level network connections with the sockets. Okay, whenever we have a low level network connections, we can show with this example. Since this protocol that we use mostly commonly is the HTTP web protocol, Python has a special library specified designed to support the HTTP protocol of the retrieval of documents and data over the web.